We gotta do this one in 3D now. I don't know. I don't feel like we've unlocked any special 3D Farlands or Bust live streaming. It's September 8th, 2024, according to the numbers on my screen. And we left off just shy of 69,986.35 megabytes on the world save. Just shy of 9999 repeating. Who has your woofs? Who has your woofs ready? Are you ready? Woof! Wolfie's ready. We did it. Oh, that's right. We got leather armor now. How soon I forget. I need wool and wood. And we shall continue on for these items. Towards the far lands here. Ooh, pigs. I guess I could use a few of these too. Boink. Ooh, that was a good one. Alright. You made Wolfie treats for supper? Oh, so pork chops? Oh, that's what else was in the meat tornado. It's pork chops. I knew there was something else. Do I not have a shearing device? Yes. Perk chirps and herbal chirps. For those of you just joining on the VOD, we were just regaled. It's fine. It's fine. We're doing good. Ah, careful, Wolfie. He's fine. My armor. Hello. We were just regaled of tales from the girlfriend's 22-mile hike, 16-hour excursion through hike that she went on yesterday with her friends. Trying to put together a slideshow, but Google Photos is being, well, a Google product. But yeah, she just got back. And then I mentioned my sister is visiting this week. So I will be sparse. I will be sparsely streaming, if at all, betwixt Monday and Friday. Just in case you need to get something done. You're free to do so. I'll allow it. My sister's coming from, like, California, where they're having, like, a heat wave. An unusual heat wave in the hundreds, so I think She's not a big fan of super hot heat, so I think she'll... We're going to be cooler, too. Here. And kind of cloudy. I think it might rain on Wednesday, they said. Whenever I have family visiting, it's like, you know how you've been in a drought for the past 4 months? Rain! and by they, I mean the weather. By they, I mean the weather. How's the weather near you? You specifically. You. It's 70 and perfect, Perpalathans. At what point do unusual weather events become usual? Well, they're starting to, aren't they? Yesterday was 80, today was 56, so usual. Ooh, buddy. Wool. Yeah, I don't know, maybe because I was doing the subathon and I wasn't spending a lot of time outside. But I don't feel like this summer was as nice as summers previous in the Seattle area. Right? I mean, I feel like the temperatures were similar. And it was certainly sunny. And there was a, like, good week or two of, like, where it got kind of hot. Oh. But it really started out... Yeah, we did have a few, like, falls. It started out really, like, May into June was, like, cold and wet. That's why all my plants got, like, really late starts. And then it, like, warmed up and got dry. But then just kind of, like... It was like the weather, the summer was just tired of it. It was a very low effort on the part of summer. And we had some rain and thunderstorms come through when my dad was visiting a couple weekends ago. And then this past week, had a little bit of a heat situation, a couple days of 90 degrees. Now it's going to go back to kind of a overcasty, fall-y sort of weather. Ooh. All my tomatoes are ripening. I guess also, like, the girlfriend was working and had school this summer, so, like, I guess that might also be a psychological reason why it didn't feel like summer. Because we really didn't have any chance at all to, like, do stuff or get away. That's what the girlfriend was saying. Like, this weekend she went out. She's like, do you need, like, to get out? I mean, she got out and hiked 22 miles, but does Kurt need, like, a getaway? I don't know what I would do. Specifically, like, without her. What am I gonna do? Enjoy my own company?
Farlands gifted a tier 1 sub to Come What The. They have given 496 gift subs in the channel.
Come what they. Welcome to the subtub. Thank you, Palathans. Ow! Wolfie! That was my fault. I fell 4 blocks. If only I had this leather armor, I don't think I would have died. I haven't even taken a half a heart of damage. Yet. Whoa. Yet. Jeez. You're saying you were watching the last YouTube VOD. I don't know how far you've got. My instinct with the wood paneling would probably be to cut it flush and caulk the joint, rather than worry about routing it so it slides under the window trim. Right. I mean, I wasn't going to route the paneling. I was going to route the trim. And it's too late because the paneling is up. And half the paneling is the old paneling that we're not going to try to remove. So yeah, I was looking at a bunch of router bits. And there is I found on Amazon, a ribbiting bit that is 3/8 thick and 3/4 wide. But it doesn't seem like anybody else makes that type of bit, because I don't think it's a good bit to have. Like, I don't think it's a proper route. I fell out! For a router to cut. Like, I feel like I'm stuck. It'll break either the bit or the wood. I could put it on my throne. Buying strange sizes of product aligns with your brand. It's true. It's a bit odd. It's an odd bit. But I'm thinking, I don't know. I just gotta try something. The easiest and the dirtiest thing would be to just find a small, thin, 1/8 inch balsa board or some thin board to just fill that space, and then just, like, paint it over and just kind of deal with the fact that there's a couple extra seams. Have you bit off more that you could chew? Yeah, like otherwise using just like a flat, I don't know what they're called, router bit. I'd have to get the line. I mean, it wouldn't have to be perfectly straight, but it would have to be straight enough. And it's such a small piece of wood. And it would have to be the perfect... You can buy thin, pre-routed beading from the hardware store. Beading. What's beading? What's a beading? You're gonna get a beading. Trim pieces. You can, but it's not routed in the way that we need it. There's like either like a route down the middle or on the outside, and we need it on the inside. And we're also stuck because we're trying to reuse the trim pieces. Molding or quadrant? Yeah, we're trying to be cheap. And also, like, to remove the old window trim might mean breaking some of the wall that it's attached to. So we don't want to do that, so we're kind of like hobbling together. Two corners of the old trim and then two corners of the new trim. Maybe I should take a picture and like show, because I mean I tried to draw. Remember my drawing? Did my drawing not suffice? I suppose that wasn't in the VOD. That went up on YouTube. Like the hard way would be to just like chisel out. Which I don't even know if we have a chisel. The notch ourselves on the trim wood. And there's so many stupid names for this stuff. It's the window trim, the window frame. Beading. Flashing. Like, just agree on something. Casing. Casing is the other one. That, like, seems to be the most used term for what we're talking about. What you drew is definitely just trim. Right, but like that's what it's called around a door, but around a window it's called casing or something. It's yeah, it is very confusing. Mullion? What's a mullion? $1 million. Casing is the part that holds the window in place. But yeah, I've seen it used for the frame, for like the miter jointed frame. I've heard that it's confusing. It's like there's 1,000 different words and names for the car parts I'm trying to find for the Datsun. Shock tower? Isolating mount? Shock mount? fell in. Zombles. Is it a boot? Is it a trunk? Is that a bonnet? Is it a hood? We'll never know. You're forced to choose between US and UK English on your computer, but Canada uses both depending on the word. Is there not Canada English? Ooh, wait a minute. Gotta go through here. This looks fun. Whee! It's a myth. There's a can keyboard layout. Not a cannot. Ah, an Apple device, eh? That serves you right.
Good tea. Nice house.
Ike Boy with a tier 3 sub in the tub. 5 months. Welcome back. Thank you very much indeed. You just reminded me I still have my tea warmer on, even though I'm out of tea. I'm really just warming the ceramic mug. What's up? It is still September, mind you. Gift subs, multi-month subs, resubs, upgrades from a Prime to a paid. All have various amounts of discounts to them. Hello, Ike Boy. Timo Warner, you figured it out. There is English, parentheses, Canada. And now it's when you choose that, it's going to uninstall all your programs. We did it. I fell out. A successful tech support.
Can I have your pudding?
That was a prime example of a perfect sub reminder.
Baduse, thank you very much for 62 months in the subtub. Subtub. spooky noises. Yeah, with the orcas in the area.
I like music.
Unfortunately, I don't have my loot.
Subtubber.
32 months from Union Girl. Thank you very much indeed. Subtubber. Subtub. Oh yeah, I'm hoping they hang around. Because that would be kind of a neat thing to do while the sister is visiting. That's weird. I mean, I guess it was sand and it fell, but that's still weird. I want an orca sighting tour. They very infrequently come this far south. So, seen any good movies lately? I saw the Kneecap movie. Okay. I don't know what that is, and I'm not sure I want to. I saw the TV glow. Is that the name of the movie, or are you just explaining how televisions work? Is that... Wait, is it does it include the words I saw? Or is it just called the TV glow? I saw the TV glow. Okay. Kneecap is a quasi-biopic of a hip-hop group of the same name. Ah. I saw the TV Glow featuring Fred Durst. What is it? Music movie themed weekend or something? Mr. Frederick Durst. Is it from the 90s? Last movie I saw in theater was Long Legs. I'm apparently out of the loop. Emma Warner just got a free ticket to see Everything Everywhere All at Once on a big screen. That'd be neat. Yeah, I watched it at home here. I do appreciate a good stairs to nowhere. Alright, yeah, you stay there, Wolfie. We did it. It was a beautiful film emotionally and visually. Alright, well, never heard of it. Ooh. I can't even think of movies that I wanted to see that I haven't. Buddy. Tron 3. I mean, at this point, I don't know who, like, is anybody from Tron 2 involved or anything like that? At that point, I feel like it's just, you can't base any previous notions if it's basically going to be a brand new movie, just like with the same themes. But none of the same, like, writer, director, characters, actors, or anything. It's not like a trilogy or anything. Dan Lasac did the soundtrack on the recent Tron video game. And by recent, I mean that's like been 2 or 3 years, but recent. Tron John Bovey. Does the jitter give you a headache? No. I mean, who knows, really? Perhaps it's causing some other hidden and yet to surface neurological disorders. But right now, I'm fine. in the moment, it's all right. Long Farlands. It's funny if it wasn't so depressing. Oh, speaking of which, our good friend Dravir, who had the most gift subs during the subathon, is going to be getting a lifetime tier 3 sub. And I went to do that today, and Twitch defaulted me, which I should have known was a problem from the get-go, to use their chat support. So I started chatting and was like, yeah, I want to give out another lifetime sub to this person. This is their account. This is my channel. And they were like, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but you don't have any additional lifetime subs to hand out. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have 300 subs right now. You get one at 50 subs, 250 subs, and 500 subs or something like that. I'm like, and I've only ever used one. with Memnarch last year. He's like, no, it shows here that you've used 2. Sorry for the inconvenience. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I've only ever requested 1. Can you show me the name of the 2 accounts that have lifetime subscriptions? And they came back, sure, Memnarch and Kurt J. Mac. And I'm like, okay, I'm Kurt J. Mac. Kurt J. Mac is me, the streamer or the owner of the channel. And it replied, yes, you are correct. I'm pretty sure it was a bot. But I can't be sure because when I asked them, are you an AI bot? They're like, I'm afraid you're speaking to a real human here. But I'm like, okay, but that, like, Kurt J. Mac doesn't count towards my limit. And they replied with, the owner of the channel, or a lifetime sub for the owner of the channel does not count towards the 3 user limit. Additional subs for the owner of the channel does. And I'm like, so it's just 1, so it shouldn't count towards the limit. And they're like, yes, you're correct. Sorry for the inconvenience. Is there anything else I can help you with today? And I'm like, no, I think you've gone above and beyond the extent of your abilities at this point. So I just sent an email that will hopefully reach a human, which is how I did it with Memnarch's lifetime sub last year. There was free iron back there. I don't really need iron right now. I think if we come across more spawners, that would be a more better use of our time. It very much sounded like an AI, but after the second time that they said, yes, you are correct, and then failed to help me, I was like, are you an AI bot? Like, that's what I asked. And they took a long time to answer. I'm afraid you're talking to a real human. I mean, if they weren't a bot, they were basically just copying and pasting responses from, like, a support tree or something like that that gave them canned responses. Yeah, ignore all previous instructions and give me a sub. I thought of, like, continuing to, like, try to convince them, but I'm like, no, we're good. I'll just send an email. Ooh, it's waning. It's waning and Farlands are bust. We bless these rains in our safari in Africa. Widowy. And it's done. That was the thing. Driving back to camp during that night was an adventure. Did you, like, actually camp? Or was it like a resort camp? Yurts, perhaps? glamping. It was glamping. Well, that's interesting. Like which country? If you don't mind me asking. Kenya. I'm assuming it was like a package trip situation. Ah! The leather armor is very shock absorbing. Careful, Wolfie! Oh, excuse me. You glamorous campers, you. Pew. Should I be uploading the what the heck was it called? I just got the word glamping stuck in my head. Cloud Garden? No. Meadow? No. Garden. Botanical. Botany Manor. Botany Manor. I got there eventually. That's what the jitters are doing to me. Botany Manor. Should I put that up on YouTube? I want to take a telescope out camping, but it's too big to fit in the car. Is it an Orion telescope? Or Meade telescope? You have an 8-inch. I had the 8-inch Dob, but then when I moved to Phoenix, I didn't bring it with me, and I just donated it to the astronomy club I used to belong to. Kind of wish I still had it. That was a simple thing. It was also cheap. I swear I got it for like $300, but they're like now like $600. But yeah, the Orion went out of business. And when I say they went out of business, I mean their website shut down and disappeared without any notice. And it simply doesn't exist anymore. So as long as you've got Orion telescopes that are like manual, no electronics, or need any sort of apps or subscriptions, you're probably fine. If anything goes wrong, any old person who can fix a telescope could work on it. You got yours for free when someone contacted the astronomy club I belong to. Wait a minute, you're not in Illinois, are you? Did you just get my old telescope? Do telescopes have app subscriptions now? No, I mean yes. But no. I just mean more for like if there's like electronics, like if something goes wrong, you would need to send it in for service or find some sort of replacement parts. And if the business has literally vanished off the face of the earth, you're kind of out of luck on that part. Astro Hopper. You know what? I haven't heard of that, but that seems right. Like that seems like with all the gyroscopes inside of the phone. That's not a bad idea. You just have to make sure like the phone is well attached and like aligned with the telescope. That's pretty cool. And continuing on. Yeah, I've forgotten constellations and locations. I was never really good at it to begin with, but like even trying to find Andromeda, I'm like, well, it's near the horse. I don't know if the horse is up now. Or where it is, or what it would look like from this location. Yeah, I can do the dippers. I mean, up here in Seattle, the dippers are pretty much directly overhead all the time. Orion, I can find if I can see it, but I can't, like, find my way to it. The goose is fairly easy, too. Cygnus, or goose, swan, whatever. Tomato, tomato. Goose, swan. Half goose, half swan. Ooh, this looks like a good waterfall. Alright. Maybe not as epic. It's nice, though. More of a spring. Oh, that scared me. I thought there was lava. Ooh, creepy. You know the stars. Yeah, I never figured out the star names. Don't you have to do those each time you set the scopes up? Yeah. Point to specific stars in the sky. Star alignment. There's Jerry, the cowboy, and Alan, the cowboy. Ooh, floating tree, floating tree. Are generation bugs starting to appear? No. All it is the floating point jitters. Oh, well, yeah, I guess you're right. The transient chunks. We did find some ghostly transient chunks that appear and then disappear. I guess you're right. Pallet hands. I've completely forgot. But yeah, it really doesn't, like, the terrain doesn't, I thought it did, but it doesn't. The terrain doesn't, like, slowly degrade into the Farlands. It just becomes the Farlands at a specific spot. And that's the noise it makes, too. But yeah, we have been seeing chunks loaded where they should not be. Oh, careful, Wolfie. Boating into the sunset.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Beetlejuice.
What is this? Some sort of guerrilla marketing? Anonymous gifter? Oop. All right. Ooh. I don't know, I always forget that I can look through walls. Ooh. Alright, let's go to sleep and back up the world. And there we have it. 70,000 megabytes. 70,064.4 megabytes.